How to recognize that a child is struggling emotionally. This is an issue that is very near and dear to my heart. You have to put yourself to the side. You have to realize that your children are also going through the divorce. And in order to shepherd them through, you have to be sensitive to their needs. Don't be afraid to realize that your children need therapy. Don't be afraid to talk to your co-parent about therapy. And if you can't talk to your co-parent about therapy, talk to your court representative, whether that's your lawyer, whether that's the attorney for the child. File applications to get your child the help that he or she needs. Your children are not independently able to navigate this without you advocating for them. So do so. Your mama, your papa, do that for your child. How much should you tell your children about divorce? Listen, your children are not dumb. They know that there's something going on. You're only going to be able to hide the divorce itself from them for so long. But that doesn't mean that they need to be involved in the nitty-gritty of your divorce. They don't need to know what your legal strategy is. They don't need to be your confidant. They don't need to know whether you're dating. Keep certain things private. It's bad enough that the kids know that you're getting divorced, and it's bad enough that they know that their lives are going to change monumentally. They don't need to know each and every nitty-gritty detail about how that's going to happen. But the big important things, like, are we going to have to move? Am I going to be able to see mommy? Am I going to be able to see grandma? Those are things that you need to reinforce the children's safety about. So if you need help talking to the children about the divorce because you don't think you can do it on your own, or you don't have consensus with your co-parent about how that's going to be done, sit down with a therapist immediately to discuss it. How do you support a child's relationship with both parents? Understand this. If you are in any way failing to facilitate a child's relationship with the other parent, if you're the custodial parent, then a lot of case law out there might say that you are per se unfit. The way that you support a child's relationship with the co-parent is by encouraging the child to go see the parent, encouraging that child to talk to the parent, encouraging that child to spend time with that parent. That is especially so when that parent doesn't pose any issues to that child. Even if you disagree with what the co-parent is doing in terms of how they parent, you have to realize that everybody is entitled to parent differently. And if there's nothing that's untoward, illegal, or inappropriate about it, sometimes you're just going to have to let that go. A lot of judges will say that mom and dad parent differently. And hey, moms and dads do parent differently. We have different roles in our children's lives, but we have important roles that are equally important. And so the most important thing that you can do for your child is to encourage them to talk to, see, and interact with their parent as frequently as possible. Should your children attend therapy when they're in the middle of a divorce? If you think that your child needs therapy, if you have that question, then your children should attend therapy. I actually think that children benefit from being able to understand how to regulate their emotions. Divorce is an extremely difficult thing for us as adults. How difficult do you think it is for children? And you may encounter a child who doesn't want to go. But guess what? Your children don't rule the roost. And if you think that it is necessary for them to speak to somebody, get them there, and get them there as soon as you can. If they don't engage, that's okay. The most important thing is that they know that they're there and that there is somebody who cares enough about them to make sure that they are able to navigate this divorce process with support. If you have questions about co-parenting and therapy and whether or not you should be talking to your children about the divorce, consult with an experienced divorce attorney at our offices today.